Well, hello. I have it written down. Kids, dreamers, and jammers. We're getting better. I hope you're all doing great on this Monday evening. I don't know if it's raining where you are, but it's very dramatic here for us. So, but so good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. And oh yeah, I'm here with a couple other people too. Sorry about that. Don't mind me. Um, So let's just get started. Let's go start with the Burt Casual. If you could tell us, what do you want to tell us?
Well, hey, kids, you can find me on YouTube, X, and Instagram, all of them at Theme Park Casual. Bob, let's go over to you.
Yes.
Well, hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Everyone, you can find me at Mary Plays 28 right now for the month or for the holidays at YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook.
Hello. And you can find me here. I'm in Disneyland, as you can see. So you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and on my Discord.
Yeah, we were trying to remember last show. We're like, what is she on? What are those platforms again?
No. So,
should we say hi to this chat real quick?
we should. Let's do that.
All right,
so we have a lot of our friends here.
Kelly DiMaggio, Pirate Queen Trish, welcome in. Krista Joe, Rachel Castro, Jetta Loves Mashed Potatoes. We got Mattercam Matt, Robert Sprite, Most Wanted, J-Bay, what's happening? We have Paul Newitt. Good to see you, Paul. Good vibes. What's happening? Good vibes. We also have Jessica Coloma. We have who else? Oh, Jennifer Beausoleil. Let's see. Cordy in California. Oh, Dune Boogie. Tom F. What's happening, Tom F?
Got BB6 Dave.
BB6 Dave. Ventures of Road Commish.
Emmy Joe Rod, welcome in.
Emmy Joe Rod, what's happening? I think I said Rachel Castro.
Did we get good vibes?
I did say good vibes. It's happening good vibes. I know, it's such a classic. I think we might have caught up, unless, let's see. Let's go to the bottom. Yeah, I think we've caught up with everyone so far.
Yep. I love seeing you guys all chatting together. Yeah. It always makes me happy when I see that. All right. So we have a fun show for you tonight. We actually have like something I'm really interested in hearing about too. So the Burt Casual, as you know, recently had a birthday. So I think it was after. Yeah. So happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
But Mrs. Casual got him one of the pretty coolest birthday gifts. So we want to hear about that. So I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, I guess it was a complete surprise to me. She didn't let on about it until, gosh, was it? I think it was just the day before my birthday, because we knew that Tuesday was going to be kind of crazy and whatnot. So Miss Casual cooked a wonderful dinner. It was Angus tenderloin, mashed potatoes, and freshly made bread. Mm-hmm. So I ate like a king, and I had my nothing bundt cake buntlet. But that's when she let me know. She's like, okay, so your birthday present. She's like, I had to wait to find out, and we're still kind of figuring out exactly what's going on. But she said, you know, the Bob Gurr bus tour that he does? I said, yeah. She's all, well, I got you that, but they aren't able to do the bus portion of that. She said, and we just found out today that instead of the bus tour, it's going to be a visit to his home, and you'll get to have lunch and hang out in his house with him. So, yeah, I was like, that's even better. And it's funny because everybody I talked to there was like, you know, as soon as they heard that they could go to his house and hang out there, they were like, oh, that's even better than the bus tour. So, yeah, I mean, thankfully I didn't have to wait long because I would have been on, going crazy and waiting for the day to arrive. But luckily it was, barely about a week or so. And, so at least I think that's when she told me. I don't know. I can't even remember exactly when she told me. But so I get to go do this. And of course, the rain. We're looking at rain all weekend. And so it was like, okay, now what are they going to do? Because it's like, are they still going to do it? Is it going to be outside? Is it going to be a mess? Is it going to be worth it? So, yep, they said they're going to do it, with the rain. They're going to hope for the best. And luckily it wasn't raining, very much while we were there. So that was good. But yeah, I got to go over to his house. Mrs. Casual actually bought me one of the VIP seats. So I actually got to sit right next to Bob Gurr during lunch.
Amazing.
Right next to me. I'm sitting there talking to him. He's, joking around, answering questions. He'll turn and look at me and say something, and I'll just be like, "Oh my God, it's Bob Gurr." So that was just, it was so crazy cool to just, sit there and be listening to him and everything. And so that's in the garage, and, they got the one table. And then I felt really bad because some of the people, they had like 2 6-foot tables put together for the VIP tickets. And then there were like 2 round tables right behind that. And then like off down the side of the house were like 2 or 3 more round tables worth of people. And they couldn't even see Bob while they were having lunch. I was like, oh, that's awful.
The kids' table.
Yeah, kind of. It was kind of sad, but everybody got to hang out with him for a little while, which was nice. So the VIP people, we got to go into the house first, and they moved Bob so he can go and sit in the kitchen and try to finish his lunch. And we got to go tour basically his living room, his dining room. And he's got all kinds of stuff in there. In fact, if you want to start pulling up some of the photos,
sure,
I will let you guys know some of the things that were in the house. I didn't take tons of pictures because I was like, I don't even know what some of the stuff is and everything. And it was just like, I feel like I'm intruding a little bit, snapping pictures all over somebody's living room. But I did sneak a selfie before the whole thing started. Once Bob sat down and they were still getting people in there, I said, "Can I get a quick selfie?" And he's all like, "Yeah, I think, but we're going to do the pictures, later and everything." He's all, "You'll be fine." And so I just grabbed a quick one there in his garage. And it's one of those things where I was like looking around and I was like, I feel like I'm in my father-in-law's garage. It was the weirdest. I mean, they were from basically the same era. And so, yeah, it was kind of weird. I mean, you would think, oh, Bob Gurr, he's probably got this really cool, crazy, organized garage. No, it's just an average guy's garage. He's got the Cool Whip tubs that are holding all the nails and screws and everything. And I was just like, that is so classic.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to get the photos to go through and they weren't going through. So let me try again.
So how long was the event there?
It ran from roughly 11 o'clock to 2 p.m. and they were pretty good about the time. They didn't, dilly-dally a lot, but there was plenty of time to hang out and ask questions and everything. And that is the keepsake window from Main Street that Bob gets to keep from his ceremony and everything. And then we've got, what was the next one that was at that? Okay, so that is the top half of King Kong's head. It's number 7, correct? There's 7 next to it, right? And so Bob designed the mechanics for the King Kong figure at the Universal Studios Hollywood. The studio wanted a visual of how tall 30 feet was, so they took this piece and put it atop a building scene to give them an idea. So that's kind of like a test run, to kind of give a sense of scale. And Bob took it, and that's right inside his front door. Mm-hmm. So as you walk in, there's this giant King Kong face right there to greet you.
These are cool.
Yeah, those are Number 10, yes. Artist proof monorail models. These are artist proofs number 1 for both the red and blue original Disneyland monorail model art pieces produced by Disney. The original monorail vehicles created for the park were designed by Bob Gurr. So yeah, those are the artist proofs. Number 1. Wow.
That's crazy.
Talk about a piece of history. And Bob was even saying, I hope I sent you that photo. But the famous illustration of the two monorails crisscrossing and swooshing by.
Oh yeah, let me get that next.
So this is a full-scale copy. Okay, so that's a copy of the actual drawing Bob did of the monorail. John Hench added the color to the sketches later. It's an old poster that goes back to the early years of Disneyland and has been reproduced millions of times. This is one of only 3 signed by Disney Legends Bob Gurr and John Hench. And Bob Gurr told a story about that drawing right there. He said he basically did it in 2 days. That Walt came in, showed him the Alweg system and said, I don't like their trains. Can you give me something that looks better? And so he did this. John Hench did the colors. Walt looked at Bob and said, can you build it? And Bob says, well, yeah, of course I can. And had to build it in, I think, like he said, 8 months or something like that. They had to have the monorails running.
It's incredible. And this is the one. Well, so I gave, I did a raffle for the Chalk Walk, and this is one of the posters that he actually signed, which is really cool. But yeah, it's amazing. It's one of my favorites, and it was one of Walt's favorites too. So
I mean, it's a gorgeous picture. I mean, wonderful drawing. Looks amazing. So what else do we got?
Those are only 5 photos you gave me.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Those 5 right there.
Yeah, I apologize. I had a couple more. One that I thought I sent, but I guess I'm not. He has one of the original 12 handmade ride vehicles from Mr. Toad.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it
say Mr. Toad on it.
They were removed from the ride when they were replaced with the updated 4-passenger fiberglass cars. Disney found a home for every last one of them except for 2. Bob was fortunate enough to purchase the last 2 and sold the other car to a collector. So
can we see that? I'm trying to remember on your reel. Like, could people see those other pictures? Did you? I think.
Oh yeah, there's a few other pictures on the reel.
So if you go to Theme Park Casual on Instagram,
yeah,
you'll be able to see the reel with us.
Let me see if I can bring those up real quick. Give me one sec.
And I got to sit with him like after we had lunch and everybody else is walking around the house. Bob was sitting in his kitchen, just sitting at his table, and I just went over and just started talking to him and just saying, hey, so. I was like, did you have a protege? Were you able to pass anything? He's all, no, I kind of worked the way Walt did, where he kind of just pick and choose people as he saw fit for different things. And he's all, I've had people work with me and they go on to do things. And he's also, it wasn't really kind of hand anything down in that sense. But at least 3 times from 3 different questions, he brought up the people mover being missing at Disneyland still. And wow. He's all, it's just such a travesty. He's all, we're coming up on 30 years of the track, and he's all, unfortunately, there's no way to grandfather it in now, and they would never do it again, and all this. And he's all, so you're just gonna have to go to Florida and go ride the one out there. And so I think he, like all of us, have a little bit of a sore spot when it comes to the people mover. So, and boy, does he love flying. He says that he's been a meteorologist since he was 7 years old because he took a class, and it was science classes. And so the teacher made him, he was going to be the weather guy. And so she gave him a bunch of stuff, some books and things. So he was forecasting the weather, and that's how he learned about all the atmospheric stuff and where the energy is. And that's why he loves gliders, because you have to kind of find where the right energy is. And then you can go on for hours gliding a lot. And I'm just like, man, this guy, and he's 94 years old and he's sharp as ever, it seems.
Mhm.
I'm like, I can't even imagine what he must have been like in his 20s and 30s, just that brain wanting to learn and know more. But yeah, it was fantastic to just sit with him and hang out. I gave him some theme park casual stickers. I gave him a Park Streamers sticker, let him know, and he said, "Oh yeah, just talk to so and so, and we'll see if we can get it hooked up to be on the podcast." So we
wouldn't
shall
that
see.
be something?
Wouldn't that be something?
Wow.
Hopefully it's not here's $500. Thanks,
Yeah.
Bob.
And the guys are like, and Cordy's not hosting.
Well, you don't want me hosting either.
She heard $500 and ran.
So, but yeah, it was a wonderful day. It's like we always say, and when I told him that we interviewed Eddie Sato, and he's just like, "Oh wow, you got to talk to Eddie, wow!" And then I told him about Don Hahn and Chris Merritt, and he was just like, "Oh wow, those are some good historians right there."
Mhm.
So he recognized everybody and knew everything, and he was telling me how they had a birthday party for him at the Disney lot, and Bob Iger brought out a bunch of people. He said he's all, the guy from Marvel was there, and Kathleen, and who's the guy from Pixar? I can't remember his name. Real tall guy, and I was like, Pete Docter. He's all, "Oh yeah, he's a wonderful guy, really good guy." And I'm like, he's just like name dropping all these people. And then when he was telling the stories, he's all, "Yeah, I got so and so told me that Steven called," and I said, "Steven who?" And they said, "Steven Spielberg, you idiot." And so it was crazy, some of the stuff. He said he was there when he was working in Steven Spielberg's office with them when they were doing Jurassic Park, and this was, I think, late 80s, early 90s, and somebody came in and was telling Steven Spielberg, about CGI. And so that's when Steven Spielberg told Bob, "Okay, you know what? Stop with the practical stuff. We're going to maybe do this one with the computers." And so Bob was there when Steven Spielberg made the decision that we're going to use CGI on the dinosaurs and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was so cool. Like I said, and I was going to say how we've been with all of the incredible people that we've been interviewing. It's like, we don't want the stories to go away. That's the main thing. It's being able to get these people to share their stories. And what was neat was Bob, at one point, he kind of said that he's all, once I tried to retire, I found that people wanted to hear about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to learn things and hear the stories. He's all, and at first I wasn't, really into it. He's all, it wasn't my thing. He's all, but I got comfortable with it because I realized that there's something to that. He's all, and now it's a rainy day and you guys are all in my garage. So,
Well,
it was kind of cool, but it was neat to hear him, acknowledge the fact that, there's a lot of us out there that want to hear those stories. And he could have been, no, I don't, that's not my thing. I don't want to do it. And, who the heck am I, or whatever. But he's been gracious enough to, give us all the stories and let us hear and learn. And, he did say he's there's two things I don't answer questions on. He said, number one, I don't answer questions on the business decisions of the Walt Disney Company, so don't ask.
Mm-hmm.
He's on number two, I don't talk about Walt's last day.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody raised their hand and asked, the Walt Disney animatronic. He's all, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's three things I don't answer questions on. and then he mumbles, I think the pillow guy looked better.
That's funny.
It was crazy. But that's how he was. He would like answer a question and like almost like answer it rudely. And he'd even say so. He's all, that was a really rude answer, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but you asked the question, and I'm just going to be honest with you. And so, just a crazy cool guy.
Did
all
you
around.
Did you tell him
What's
that
that?
you were at his movie premiere with us?
Yeah, I did tell him. I told him we got to go to the movie premiere and that we met Garner Holt and Floyd Norman and just lost his name. Random Land.
Oh, Justin Scard.
Justin Scard. So he was all, oh yeah, he's all, yeah, there were a lot of people there. And that's when he went into the birthday with, with Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy and Pete Docter and all of them. And I'm just like, that's cool.
Did you tell him how bad I felt when he pushed me aside and pulled Cordy closer to him?
Yeah.
Just kidding. That was funny though. He's like, oh, bring her closer over here. Yeah, step over here. Okay.
That was a very cool day. That was
for you. Just kidding.
He's so kind and he's so energetic, right? Just like in that moment, you're just like he's just like everywhere doing.
Yeah, you would never guess that he's 94 just from the way he talks, the way he remembers, and even just like during, like I said, even during the event, he was quick-witted and remembering things and calling, making jokes about stuff that are things happening right there. I was even telling Mrs. Casual, I was like, and they weren't like the little canned dad jokes that every old guy gets that oh, it's the same thing, and as soon as that happens, boom, I know that joke, and they bring it out. It wasn't like that. He was making jokes off of what was happening right then and there. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to be doing the bus tours anymore, because I believe this was a little bit of a health thing. His back was hurting him, and that's why they had to change it. So I don't know what the future holds. I'm hopeful that more people will get to experience it, but who knows?
Very cool.
I'm glad you got to do that. That's pretty special.
Yeah.
It's a very just
and I didn't realize, because talking to one of the ladies there, she's like, yeah, I've been trying to get tickets to one of these for a while, but every time I go to get them, they're sold out in seconds. And I was like, really? I'd never tried. And Mrs. Casual said, yeah, she had to be there right when it was happening and was lucky enough to grab me one of the tickets.
Yeah. Well,
and I did get to sit next to a lady. She had a Club 33 Dooney and Burke bag, and one of the other ladies was like, "Oh, I love your bag. That's cute." She said, "Oh, I've seen other Club 33 ones. That one's a different one, and whatever." And she's like, "Are you?" I couldn't believe. She's like, "Are you a member?" And I was like, But the lady's like, "Yeah, I'm a member." And she had been on the waiting list 21 years.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, wow. But yeah, me and the lady kept saying, "So when you taking us to Club 33?" And yeah, she just kept kind of giving us that look. And I'm like, come on, you get to go all the time. But yeah, so that was interesting. Very cool. But like I said, I would recommend it. I would recommend it if you're a Disney historian in any capacity, theme park aficionado. You definitely want to go and be able to just sit and listen to him, and just have your questions ready, because he was ready to take any and all questions. It was kind of cool.
Well, we have Roto Commish says maybe Bob Gurr can finally set the record straight on what the judge says on Toad's Wild Ride.
I should have asked. I should have thought about that. I should have asked.
I think you were afraid to ask, honestly.
No, I would like to know for sure, and then be like, well, that's not what it sounds like, if that's what you're thinking.
That's funny.
What was for lunch? It was just a little box lunch. I think it was the same one that they would have done on the bus tour. It was you had your choice of like a roast beef sandwich or a turkey sandwich, some chips, a little bit of fruit, a cookie.
So you chose the ham sandwich?
No, I had the roast beef. It was okay. I mean,
not
me and my highfalutin ways, kind of tomato soup. No, but there were 3 cherry tomatoes, packaged with the sandwich, and I'm just like, I think those are just going to get thrown back into the little box.
That's funny.
Well,
Exactly, Mattercam Matt. Bob Gurr, you're wrong.
I saw that. I was about ready to show it. I'm glad you read it first.
I
Funny.
don't know what I would have done if he would have said, "Oh yeah," he says, "that is all. That is all." I would have been like, Bob. Let's just get those hearing aids fixed, shall we?
I don't have hearing aids. What are you talking about?
flipping tables. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, that would have been just awkward. But I wish I would have asked him that. What Walt was really like. You know what? People didn't really ask about Walt. I think because he made that comment that he doesn't talk about Walt's last day. Nobody asked a direct Walt question. He brought Walt into it, and he mentioned how Walt would never start off by saying, "This is what I want to do," and this is what you're going to do, or what I want you to do. He would never start that way. He would go and talk to people, and he would bring up an idea of hey, they have this system or whatever, blah 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 blah, and he would just kind of talk to you about it and then leave. And then he'd go over to the next guy and he'd talk to him about it. And then by the end of the day, he'd already talked to 10 or 12 people about the same thing, without asking or telling them anything about what his real idea is and what he wants anybody to do. And next thing you know, everybody's kind of getting together. Did Walt talk to you about that? And he was talking about, what do you think we should do? Blah, blah, blah. And so he was already planting seeds to get their minds going, so that when it came down to having the meeting where, okay, this is what we're going to be doing, people are already moving on it. Their brain was already ready to start coming up with ideas and solutions and things like that. And he's all, yeah, it was really, really neat the way he would let us all kind of think about things before he really, thrust us into something, so that we weren't just kind of jumping in and going, oh, there's no way to do it. He'd give us some time to kind of prepare our brains for it and start thinking, yeah, maybe it could be done. And so it was another one of those things where it's like, gosh, man, to hear the people talk about what it was like working with him, you're just like, man, this guy really was something different. He really was just
awesome.
An amazing. He could spot the talent. Walt Disney could spot the talent. Bob was one of those guys. He was saying that for him, you have to always be curious. As soon as you're not curious anymore, that's when you're going to just start falling away, and things are just going to become a job. It's not what you're there for anymore. And so he was just like, he was like, you guys have so many meetings nowadays. It's just, you can't get anything done. And because this group is responsible for this and only this, and then they hand it off. And he's all, you're basically taking your work, throwing it over the fence and hoping that the next guy can figure out what you were doing and has just as much care about it as you did. He's all, when we were doing things, we had champions, and he's all, when he left Disney and he was working on other stuff, he's all, somebody would ask me, so what part of this, do you see yourself doing? He's all, I'm taking this from right now all the way to the movie premiere. And he's all, and I'd get the job, because he would be willing to watch the process all the way through. And, even if he doesn't know that particular discipline, he would watch it and be able to make sure that it's going the way he wants it to, at the very least. So
that is so cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Can't say enough about it. Again, like I said, it's like when we've interviewed all these other great people and these amazing minds and craftsmen. You're in awe when you leave their place. When you're done talking to them, you're just like, man, what have I done with my life? But it actually inspires you to say, you know what, I could look at my job and what I do differently now. I could give a little more effort. I could, put a little different spin on things. So it's good, because today I had a meeting with my boss, and we were going over stuff, and there was one little thing that was said, and we moved on it. And then it was just like, And I showed her, I was like, hey, here's what I'm thinking. And she's all, I love that. Perfect. And so I'm going to credit that one to hanging around Bob and being able to be inspired and push a little harder.
Wow.
So cool.
Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. What an experience.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where I mean, I think I was almost a little bit gobsmacked by just, I'm like right here with Bob Gurr.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was like almost tongue tied, and I don't want to say fanboying, but it was, I don't know what to say now. It's like just say something. I'll just listen to whatever you're saying. You know what I mean? It was like, it was one of those. It was like, who's got any questions? And I'm like, think of something.
You didn't have your questions written down ready?
No, I didn't, because I knew I was hoping that I would be able to think of something, but I asked him one question, that if he could go back and redo one project, what would he do? And he looked at me, he's all, I don't mean this in a bad, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't have a reverse gear. He's all, once it's done, it's done. If it turns out that it was bad, you learn from it and you know not to do that again, or you do it better the next time. He's like, you don't go back. There's no reason to. And I was just like, wow. But I love the I don't have a reverse gear. I was like, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of, that's like, I can visualize that, or like put that.
Yeah.
It fits, right? You're like, oh, yep, I get that.
Yeah, that was exactly it. And it's one of those things where it's like, maybe I hit the reverse a little too often in my own brain, and that kind of stalls me out in certain areas. So, but yeah, good stuff.
Sharing that. I know. Yeah. I mean, keep sharing. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, no, that's why I'm like, I'm trying to remember everything. It's like, I wish I would have just hit record on my phone and just, had it to bring back, because that would have been the smart thing to do. Bring my phones and have them going, and just, but and like I said, there was a bunch of stuff in his house and everything. I've got pictures of, some of his awards and some of the other, little bits of artwork and things that he had. But you also feel like I felt like I didn't want to intrude. I felt like he's sitting right over in the room right there. He's watching everybody walk around his house. And I was just like, I feel weird pulling out my camera too much. It's like certain things, it's like, that's kind of cool. I got to get a picture of that. But, it seemed kind of, like I said, I didn't want to intrude. I felt like I was intruding if I was taking too many pictures. So, and I wanted to soak in the moment as well.
He says, I'm glad TPC had this experience, Paul said, as it will enrich his visits to the park, seen in a new way.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be one of those things where I think it's going to enrich a lot of things, because like I said, that whole, I don't have a reverse gear, you gotta be curious, learn anything and everything that you can. That was how he lived. He still lives his life. He still seems like, if you, somebody asked him, what are the things that you didn't get to do that you would like to still do? He's all, well, some of them I just can't, because physically it's just, not going to be able to jump out of an airplane now or whatever, and things like that. So, but it doesn't seem like he left a lot on the table, as far as he himself is concerned. He's like, no, he's all, when I wanted to do something, I went for it. He took time to travel and got to see, a ton of the world. And that's another thing. He was like, travel, go see as much as you can. So.
Barbara said it was a second water. Paul says, why not go back for a second lunch?
I would love to. I just, like I said, I don't know when they'll be doing them again.
Well, think about it though. That's you had the VIP tour that you were going to go on, and I'm sure you would have been able to ask certain questions. You're on the VIP part, but to actually be told, we're not doing the VIP tour, we're not doing the bus tour, you're going to be going to his house for lunch. I mean, that is something I'd be like, oh, yeah, cancel that bus tour. I'm good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I'm almost surprised that they still did the bus tour, because it seemed like everybody was way more excited to be able to go to his house. So, yeah. I hope it's a great team around him. They seem like they were taking care of him. I would hope that he's still, got enough of his own scruples to say, no, I'm done, or not today, kind of thing. So, but yeah, they were taking care of him. They were watching, everything, and being very mindful of the time and whatnot, and not letting too many people crowd around or anything like that. So, it was a fantastic day. I was a little nervous because I wasn't sure. It's like, are they going to really be able to wrangle everybody and make sure the VIP, get the seats, and and after that, what happens? Do we get it? Is there anything else, or is it just you get to sit next to him at lunch? But they took care of everybody. I mean, other than like I said, the people that didn't get to be in the room while he's talking for lunchtime. After that, it was free run, and they didn't like flood the house with people. They let people go in batches, so that there were several people that got to go and hang out and talk to him for a few minutes. So
very cool. Well, thanks for sharing. That's so awesome.
I know. Yeah.
Definitely a recommend.
For sure. Christy says you need a holiday background like mine and Cordy's.
I've got a little Christmas tree. I'll put up a little Christmas tree back there somewhere.
There's a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Yeah.
We did have that one. The actual, like they made one that looks like the little Charlie Brown tree. It's got a little blue, Linus blanket around it and the one ornament. We had that for a while.
That's funny. Hey, we had a bunch of people join in. Should we say hi to more?
Yeah.
We got Christy Blaylock, Tammy Delaney.
The magic continues.
Yep, magic continues. We also have, let's see, Jason Thibodeau. Oh, and Jason, congratulations on your nomination, by the way, for the award we'll be talking about a little bit later. Let's see, Kiki and Luca's in here.
James Lapsansky, Barbara Duncan.
Oh, and James, hope he had to have some surgery, so I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Mac. I hope you're doing good, man. Tom F. still lurking. Andrew Kwan lurking.
Yep. Thank you, Andrew Kwan. And so cool. The Parks and Rec Hangout gifted 5 memberships, and those went to Live and Dead Fam, Cool Drummer, King B, Della Boyer, and Ronnie. So congratulations to all.
Congrats, everybody.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And did we say hi to Kayla Mac and Cheese?
No.
I briefly said it.
And Jetta loves mashed potatoes. Did we get Jetta earlier?
We said Jetta earlier.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Anyone else? I think we got everybody. Again, thank you guys for being here and hanging out tonight.
GV's got 5-9 too. Sorry.
GV. So yeah, if you go again.
Yeah, I'll write down some questions.
Hit the record button.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have the Ray-Bans with the camera.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, I didn't ask. I should have just asked. Hey, are we able to just record? Whatever. They were fine with photos, but I didn't ask about video. So
yeah.
Again, it was one of those. I didn't want to be that guy. So.
Krista Joe, yes, we'll be talking about the rain.
Oh yes,
it's coming up. So hang on to that, okay? We're going to be talking about that.
Great segue, right?
Exactly. That was our next topic, right?
Heading into the holiday season, right? Friday was the first official day. I know that I think Bob, you got to go on Small World Thursday.
I did.
We opened a day early. I think that was it, right? Just a day early for
Yeah,
it
because
was
I was
just
there
day
on
early.
Wednesday and it was not open.
and the tree, like everything, right? They did which I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about that.
What
We won't-
starting stuff early?
Well, just that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Where you're like, people schedule that Friday. It's just me. It's personal.
What I thought was
Think
amazing
that
is
they all think you want to go to.
well, I was there on that Thursday.
Yeah, I want to be first.
You want to be first. Darn it. But then it rains, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
The rain. So when I was there on Thursday last week, they still had a few things to put up. Like they didn't have all the garland set up down Main Street.
Yeah.
They only had one up. I was like, that's kind of weird. And yeah, there was definitely some things I was kind of surprised given the fact that they had been, working on this for several weeks. I mean, was the middle of October and they started, decorating. So I had about a month full of decorating. And it seemed to me, the more and more I talk about this with, friends and some of our, friends in the, who are creators, it just seems like the whole reason of them starting Christmas early is they brought all the merch out. I think it's more of a money thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, we're getting ready, enticing them to come back for the next holiday. And by the way, guess what? I already have the merchandise. Here it is. Come buy it. And, obviously they're still rolling out some other merchandise, but I thought it was kind of interesting. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of decorations, I noticed when I was on the train, on Main Street, so they have garland on the outside, but when you're on the train, they have the garland on the inside of the train station or outside, but you know what I mean, where you're viewing it. So if you're looking and going by, and I'm like, something's missing. I'm like, oh, there's no garland, no lights. That was those are those little things like you remember and you notice because you're like it.
Right.
Well, see, that's how I felt it, and I don't know if you felt the same way, Casual and Cordy. But when I went to New Orleans, and I'm like, it's beautiful. I always love it, but it seems like they didn't put up as much this year as they put up last year, or the years before. And I'm like, did they do that on purpose? I mean, it seemed like the further you went back, and the less decorations they had, and I was kind of surprised that they didn't have more decor for garland and ornaments and things like that for New Orleans. So
yeah, I don't think I went back that way. I just saw kind of walking by. I didn't get to spend as much time as I wanted walking around, but I didn't go down the street right down the back way. But that's always an area where I would normally just stand and look around. And you film it, you're like, oh, it's the same as last year, but I'm gonna take pictures and film it again. So that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that, I'm glad you got to go do that on Thursday. And did you get to see the tree lighting or did you watch the Small World lighting?
No, so let's see. The only thing they were doing actually was Tapestry of Happiness at its Small World, but it really wasn't much. And what was a real big bummer is obviously they're closing early. So, and it seemed like everyone was just going for It's a Small World. So it was pretty packed, especially yesterday.
Yeah. It was, I think I caught it at a good time after the fireworks. Wasn't too bad, but yeah. That's
they did do fireworks last night? I didn't even know.
They did.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was the B mode.
Yeah, I was going to say B, C, something. It wasn't the full thing, but we got
it wasn't. I think because the rain and because the cloud cover, they went to B mode, and it wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. But I will tell you, I was not expecting it to rain. So Rachel Castro, one of my mods and one of our mods, actually said, "Hey, could you go and see, the castle, lighting?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can go do that." So we kind of wandered around and whatnot, and then I end up going over there probably about 25 minutes early. So I was showing, I always show videos and photos on my phone. So we're showing some, really cool videos on the audio for entertainment and Imagineering. And as I'm showing part 2 of this video, it starts coming down, the rain last night. And I'm like, this is not good. I literally have my gimbal underneath my jacket, and I've got my arm up like this. I'm like, okay, well, hopefully it's gonna like calm down because my jacket's starting to really get soaked. And next thing you know, my feet are really kind of wet and soaked, and I'm like, this is not fun. And then the video ends, and I'm thinking, do I stand here for 2 more minutes before they do the lighting? Or do I take off because I'm getting like literally soaked? I mean, I was like drenched. My cap is just got water dripping off it, and I've got my cap covered up because it's the one that Paul Newitt made me with the fiber optics. And I'm like, please don't short out. And so I literally told everyone, okay, sorry, you're going to hide my jacket. You're not going to see anything until it actually starts because it's pouring out here. And then boom, I showed the castle lighting, and you could totally see with all the lights that were, going up in the air, all the rain that was coming down. It looked like snow. That's how powerful the rain was. And after that, I ran over to Jolly Holiday to try to, get some cover and try to, well, I couldn't really dry off. I pretty much was soaked to the bone last night. And then I've never, ever wanted weatherproof socks so bad. Or waterproof socks. So, and I think we all should, maybe that's what we should get, because, if we go on Tiana's or some of these other water rides, those are the perfect things to have. And I wish I had them last night. The crazy thing was, my jacket was so soaked that later I went to Red Rose Tavern. We'll talk about that a little bit later because we're going to talk about food. But I literally took my jacket off, put it in my backpack, and my shirt was soaked. My pants were the only thing that wasn't completely soaked. My socks, my shoes are soaked and everything. And I'm kind of sitting there eating this dessert going, oh man, I hope I dry off soon. And then it starts raining again. So I go and get a small umbrella from one of the shops. And then I go out to watch the fireworks, and I step off the curb and my foot goes right in the water. And so now it's, it's already wet and soaked, but, got more soaked. And then I felt bad because I put my umbrella up with my gimbal on like this. I'm like, okay, I'm good for the fireworks, like kind of off to the side. There's a tree in front of me, but I'm okay. And then you hear these people behind me. Oh, great. This guy just shows up and he's got an umbrella in front of us. I'm like, sorry. So then I'm like trying to hide the umbrella to the side like this. I felt so bad, but it just never stopped raining. It kind of just went through most of the night, and yeah, I couldn't wait to go home and get into some dry clothes. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's funny because the park is, I've been there a lot of times during the rain, not streaming, but just over the years, right? You go during the rain. Right. And Friday, because I did the Goofy's Kitchen. It wasn't Christmas, but with Dragon Blood, we did that. And then we were like looking outside, and he's like, I think it stopped. And we probably had about a couple of hours because we were able to walk to DCA and walk around. So I was like, well, let's go see if they have Deadpool set up. He wanted to see that. There's a lot of things he hadn't seen. But that everything covered. And then, of course, then the rain started, and we didn't get very good. But I think I tried to stick it out Friday because I was like, okay, it's 10 o'clock. I can do it. I can do 2 more hours. But like you were saying, I wore tennis shoes that day because I'm like, well, it's going to rain. I should probably wear tennis shoes. But yeah, I was like, I can't. I'm so uncomfortable. My backpack was soaked. Like I was like, pretty soon it's going to hit my power bank, right? Like I kind of had it covered.
Oh, I know.
But it just, you're like, you couldn't. And then you couldn't really go anywhere to kind of duck away. We did everything we could. We watched The Walt's Magical Life. We did Tiki Room, right? We were trying to do all these different things, but it was so busy. I was like, oh. No, it was
submarines. Busy. No one's on the submarines. I'm like, let's go.
Last night was a little better though. Like last night, I'm like, okay, I can deal with, these crowds. But Friday, I'm like, man, it was because there were no reservations. And then Friday morning, they opened up. And then
I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
and we were bummed because we were supposed to go and have a family day on Friday, but because Casual Junior and Miss Casual's passes have expired as of yesterday. So we were going to have one last family day, and the night before we're like, looks like it's going to be raining, and so I'm like, what do you guys think? And Casual Junior's all, I don't want to be out in the rain. And I was like, all right, then
wait. the guy who likes to go on Tiana's over and over and over, be out in the rain.
Yeah, I know, but I guess it's probably different now that he works, and since he's facilities for the church, he's out in the rain if it's raining. He's working, and that's what he was thinking. He's like, I'm going to be out in the rain pretty much all week next week, and I don't want to. I'd like to have a nice day off and stay dry.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had to skip that one, and then yesterday, me and Miss Casual, we'd planned to go to Disneyland after the Bob Gurr visit, but it just once I got done and everything, we talked about it, and Miss Casual was like, it's going to take us a while to get home, so why add to it? So it's going to be crowded. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be pretty crowded. And yeah, so we just went home. I just took the no-show.
Wow. We just had Pete McDevitt come into the chat. Hey, Pete, how's it going? Bianca, good to see you too. Lynn's in the house. Hey, Lynn. I think that's it now. And we're going to be talking about Pete says, evening all, enjoying Ninja listening. Congrats to Danny. I should just post this. Congrats to Cordy, Danny, and Bob on our. So we got nominated for the Disney YouTuber. Okay, hold on. Let's see. It's called the Disney YouTuber Series of Recognition. There we go. So thank you. We're going to talk about it a little bit later, and I'll show you the nomination part, but not just us, but Jason Thibodeau and Spaceship Ears and a bunch of other people that we know also got nominated. So it's kind of cool.
Wonderful.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
And Eric Schwartz,
honored to be. Oh yeah, Eric Schwartz. Flags in the chat for Eric, everybody.
Aww. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, it's I didn't go Saturday. I don't think any of us went Saturday.
No, I think Kevin was there on Saturday. He went on It's a Small World. Did you guys see when he went on It's a Small World? Mm-hmm. He had to sit crisscross applesauce because there was like an inch or two of water in the boat. It was like,
and that's what I heard Friday night. That's why I ran into some friends and they were like, we were going to go on Small World, but they were flooded, like that. They were filled with water. And I think that's when I was like, I'm tapping out. Because I was going to try that. I'm like, it's just not going to get any better, as far as like trying to do that.
The boats weren't wet, or they weren't too wet on the bottom, but not last night. But this is one thing that it's a pet peeve of mine, and it drives me nuts. And this happens again on Pirates of the Caribbean as well. But I can't stand it when people get up and they go to get out of the boat and they literally step like in the middle, or they step right on the seat and walk all the way across. Yeah. It's like, couldn't you just walk over and then if you had to step on the seat, step on the end. Yeah. And so I went to sit down on It's a Small World, and I have nothing but a ton of water from the shoes of the people who were there before me. And I was like, all right, wet bottom. Here we go.
It's just like when I go on Tiana, people step on the seat as they're getting out, and I'm like, oh, great. Now I'm going to get all wet.
Now, that could have been prevented if I had brought my pirate towel, but I didn't. So, and I don't know if both of you know, but Cuscotopia, when Disney Chip Fund, their family came out, they actually gave me a pirate towel because me and Cuscotopia were sitting on the ride together for Pirates of the Caribbean. He goes, I got my pirate's towel. I'm like, what's that? He wipes the seat down with this red towel, and he goes, and now we have a dry seat. And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? That's amazing. That's a great idea. Hello. So they were kind enough. His wife was kind enough to give me a pirate's towel. Unfortunately, for some reason, I've forgotten it the last 2 times I've gone. So sorry, but it would have helped last night. That's for sure.
Oof. Let's see. Yeah, Pirate Queen Twish says, live stream I watched Small World on Friday night, and the water was up to his ankles.
Oh, jeez.
That's rough.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Good night, Tom. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Good night, Tom.
Bye, Tom. Oh, and Tom had a birthday last week too, so happy belated birthday.
Oh, that's right. Happy belated birthday.
And Roto Kamish did too, I believe, didn't he?
Yes.
That's right. Roto Kamish. Happy belated birthday to Roto Kamish.
Yes,
Hey, it's my birthday too.
it's my birthday.
It's my own birthday.
How fun. Yeah, it was, and Trisha brought up earlier that on Saturday the tree wasn't lit. And I saw something, it's kind of like the parade, the fire, but the tree was smoking. I don't know if you guys saw that. But there was
No,
like,
I didn't see it was
yeah,
smoking. I
they're
saw.
like,
But see, that's it's one of those things where somebody posted the tree and like the bottom portion wasn't lit,
mhm.
and I'm like, was that this year? Is it last year? Was it 2 years ago? Because it's like all this stuff starts blending together for me, where I'm like,
It really wasn't lit yesterday down below, like that section. Yeah, it was
oh
not lit.
wow,
Yes.
But
Jeez.
yes,
Yeah.
that happened last year too. So you're
Mhm.
like, when is it from?
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy, how you doing? Oh, we didn't say hi to Geofire, did we?
Oh,
I
Geofire,
think I
welcome.
said it when I think I
Chestnuts
wrote it.
roasting by a Geofire.
There's no roasting by Geofire.
And Amy, Kate E, welcome in.
Yeah, so I felt like, I know we both tried a couple of things. Bob and I, you tried some stuff yesterday. I only got to try one thing on Friday. It just, yeah.
I'm going to
What
just
did
stick
you
with my
try?
coffee fritters.
They still have those.
I still have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to keep
what
them.
did-
I was like so excited when I did the foodie guide. Oh, which I did do the foodie guide. So if you need to know what's there, that's ready for you. But yeah, they're going to keep that. So I was like, oh, that's great.
Interesting.
That's good through the.
Wonder if they didn't sell enough, so they're like, just keep them.
They're probably popular. I mean, I think it's a good. That's a good one to keep through the holidays, because they also kept the strawberry batty churro that was for Halloween by Haunted Mansion.
Mhm.
So
Oh, really?
they kept that one. So I was like, oh. But yeah, Friday I didn't try it last year. I think last year was the first year that they had the turkey pot pie soup. I believe it was last year. I didn't try it last year, so Devin and I got that Friday night. I couldn't believe
And
it.
that's a full portion, not like
No.
something from the.
No, it's very small.
No.
It's the little black cup. Yeah, little black plastic cup. So
Wow.
yeah, because it definitely could be. They could serve that as
As an entitlement.
yes.
Entitlements. Here we go.
And then that was all I got to try on Friday, and I didn't get to try anything last night. So, what did you have yesterday?
So I'm going to bring it up on screen, and then I'm going to show you what it really looks like, because it was not quite what they showed. So I had this right here. This is the holiday butter cake sundae. Now it's warm chocolate butter cake, peppermint ice cream, chocolate sauce, and crushed peppermint. So the thing is, it looks like a brownie and it tastes like a brownie. It doesn't taste like a butter cake at all. And mine was square, not round like this. And so I feel like I got a little gypped because they show it round here, but it looks bigger than the scoop of ice cream. Mine was the same size as the scoop of my ice cream. Now the ice cream, peppermint ice cream, is great, but they put a ton of crushed peppermint on top of it, which made it too much because the ice cream is peppermint. And then they drizzled just a little bit of chocolate sauce, kind of like what they have here. But the cake itself is what I was really looking forward to, and it was it was hard. The top, I would say, the first half and all around the edges were just tough. Trying to take my spoon, it was plastic, and just dig into it, I literally thought I was going to have to go get a knife and try to cut it. It was that tough. Now, the bottom part was warm. So from halfway down to the bottom, it was warm and it was soft and it actually tasted pretty good. But that tasted a little bit like cake, but the top part tasted like a brownie. But it was so tough and so hard, I really couldn't enjoy it. And so, I was like, would I get this again? No, I definitely wouldn't. I think it was a great idea that had the cake been softer and all of it was warm, and it wasn't hard because the ice cream was on top of it. It just was. It was baked and overcooked. Is what it was.
Yeah.
So,
And maybe it was Jetta says, ugh, it was microwaved. It very well could have
Yeah, that's
So-
what they do.
Yeah.
could have been. So let me show you what it actually looked like. So this is my screen, and this is the closest I can get, but it's kind of hard to see the square, but the square is right underneath the ice cream. But you can see how much peppermint they put on top. It was almost a little too much.
Yeah, that's I
and
can't do that much peppermint.
The chocolate really wasn't on the ice cream; it was around it. So I was like, "What? Okay, that's kind of weird." But I can't stand it when they say, "Hey, do you want to get this?" and it doesn't look like what you've ordered. And for $8.29, I thought it was a little pricey for what I got because I couldn't finish it. I finished the ice cream. I finished half the cake, but I couldn't eat all the cake. So
Yeah,
a little,
I want
little
to say
disappointed.
I got the regular butter cake sundae, and I don't remember. Trying to remember if the cake was warm. I don't think the cake was warm at all when I got it, and it was just merely. It was. I think I gave it just an okay, not a oh my gosh, this is so good, or not a terrible, don't ever get it again.
You had the same thing?
No, I had the regular one, not the peppermint.
Oh, the regular
one.
Yeah.
So
I would have
there's
preferred it to be a regular instead of chocolate.
or the peppermint. Wait, oh, it was regular, not chocolate butter cake.
Yeah, it was a chocolate butter cake, but again, it seemed like it was a brownie more than anything. It was like a really hard brownie they overcooked. That's what it seemed like. It didn't taste like a butter cake. Butter cake is, really soft and warm, and it has that really good butter flavor, but this didn't have like that at all. And again, it is chocolate, so maybe that kind of disappeared with the butter. But I was just disappointed because Go and Chogi's like, oh, they got a holiday butter cake sundae. I'm like, oh, that sounds amazing. Let's go get it. So when I was soaked to the bone, I was like, let's go so I can sit down in a nice, warm area, and got it. And I'm glad I tried it, and I'm glad Go and Chogi, suggested it. But yeah, I was a little disappointed.
There's I didn't get it. I haven't gotten it yet this year, but last year at Golden Horseshoe, the gingerbread sundae. Did either of you try that last year?
I don't think I tried it last year.
No, I didn't try it either.
Oh my gosh, that was like, because it's like gingerbread. It wasn't like that. It was very moist and just like delicious gingerbread bread or cake, where it's like, it's really, really good, but it wasn't too gingery. It's like the perfect gingerbread, and then ice cream with cream on top, and then a little, mine had a little reindeer. I think sometimes you put Santa, but that one's really good. I'm hoping it's the same.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm hoping it's the same. It looks the same, tastes the same as it did last year, but Golden Horseshoe. They always do good with desserts, though. I always enjoy their desserts.
Yeah, they had a chocolate chip cookie sundae, I think, this time, and it looked good. I thought about getting it, and I was like, I really want to try that butter cake one.
But they have the gingerbread one is there now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I definitely give it a try. Speaking of gingerbread, I just want to say thank you to the Magic Continues because they gave me the gingerbread cookie. So, he disappeared.
There he goes.
Oh, there he goes. Oh my goodness, it's a ghost. Better eat now. I'm just kidding. They were kind enough to meet up with me and give me the cookie, so that was really cool for me and my family. But yes, I can't wait to have that. I gotta tell you, I love the smell of gingerbread. I think it's amazing. I don't know why. I think the smell is actually better than. And don't get me wrong, I like gingerbread. Gingerbread's great to eat, but I don't know. The smell of gingerbread is so great, and especially from the snow last night. Oh wait, they didn't do that because it rained. It was a bummer. You should have seen, I'm standing around waiting for the snow to go, and everyone's like, where is it? Hello. And then everyone's like, aw. Did they do that at Small World? Because I was on Main Street.
Yeah, no, we didn't get anything there. Well, I don't know. You know what? I don't know if I was there for any of that because I didn't arrive until 8.
Oh, okay.
8:45.
Well, you're there for the fireworks, all right?
Yeah, so right when I got, I almost didn't bring an umbrella. I did wear sandals, which actually was better than wearing tennis shoes because I didn't have the sock issue. but my pants, my jumper pants were like soaked.
Soaked.
Like,
Yeah.
way up to my knees. It was just like all this water on the ground. But so right when I got off the bus and I was walking to security is when it started to downpour.
Right.
So then I like go through security and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, let's just get to. So I didn't have my gimbal out yet, so I just took the water, just took it all, and then
That's
and
funny.
then I just went to the train and waited
Awesome.
it out, and then went to Small World for fireworks. But
Well, Daniel's here. Hello, Daniel. And he said the gingerbread sundae was so good. I know what Cordy is talking about. There you go.
Delicious. Yeah, it's one of the
Amy
best.
says, sheesh, I'm going to need to grab a cookie after all this brownie and cookie talk.
I know.
And of course, GeoFire says Disneyland has the best gingerbread.
You know what's funny? Everybody likes the little gingerbread Mickey cookie, the one with there's a gingerbread man. Mrs. Casual prefers the three.
Me too.
I'm not a gingerbread person myself, so I'll go with what she says. But
I think
she says the other one's better. She likes the other one better.
That one, the gingerbread cookie, because it has like the nice red, right, icing and the bow and everything.
Right.
That one is more like a cookie.
It is.
You know, like, yeah, that's a cookie. The gingerbread Mickey, it's I don't know how to. I'm so sorry, who loves those, but I don't like them.
Yeah,
that's this one. Everybody has really soft.
Yeah, it's very soft and kind of gooey. You know, I guess kind of that gooey-ish. But I love that other gingerbread cookie. That one's really good.
Yeah, that's the one Mrs. Casual prefers, and we usually have like 4 or 5 of those in the freezer throughout the year that she stocks up on. So,
but you know what I'm bummed about though? Now that we're in the Christmas season, they took away the croissant cookie. Oh, that thing was good. I really enjoyed it. They did. They got rid of it.
What?
It wasn't there when I went to go pick it up yet. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go get that, and I'll munch on that for a little bit. Nope. It did not have it. Now they have a new chocolate chip cookie there.
No.
Yep.
I don't want it.
She's like, nope, I don't care if it's a holiday chocolate chip. They got rid of my croissant cookie. Nope.
Well, at least they got the cannoli churro back.
Oh, yes. I haven't tried that one either. There's so many churros that I need to try this year.
You for the cannoli one, right?
Yeah, the cannoli one's good.
I didn't get to have that either. I know Devin's dying to have that again.
Oh, did they get rid of our bread pudding and go to pumpkin cheesecake bread pudding?
They did, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did.
I know, they should have kept it. I think they should have kept it.
They got the carrot cake churro. You got the apple churro.
That one I want. I love anything apple. Yeah.
So we're gonna have to schedule a day and go get our lanyards and entitlements and everything.
Yes.
We're not calling entitlements, okay? I agree with you. We need to plan something.
If somebody's going to call the banana cold foam something, I'm going to call it entitlements.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, we need to schedule something because everyone keeps asking when are the park streamers going to go out and try the food for the holidays. And now that it started, we need to choose a day. And we need to try to do something because the days are getting taken up like crazy right now.
I know. We were talking at work and we're trying to figure out all different schedules and, when we can, have a time for our department to just get together and, have our holiday party, if you will. Mm-hmm. And it was like, it's like, okay, well, what are we doing this week? Well, so-and-so's busy on the 3rd and the 4th. And then, well, we've got this going on the 5th. And then the next week we've got the 10th and the 12th are taken up. And then the 16th. And by then it's like, it's too late. And it's like, oh, for crying out loud, people.
Right.
So,
well, I was bummed because I was, maxed out on my days and I hadn't renewed my pass yet. I just renewed it today. And so I could only go up to December 1st. And so I was like, oh, geez, what am I going to do here? And I was trying to get like a day. I was going to try to do the Wednesday before Thanksgiving because that's usually what I do. But it's not available. So I have to keep trying every single day and hopefully cross my fingers that it'll open up. But I don't know if it will.
Gosh. Yeah, it's crazy right now. It's very crazy.
I've got two of my Wednesdays in December I can't get because I've had to get other days. And I can't. Because it's right when my pass is, I'm using the new pass into December. Right. But I need to hold on to some of these ones in late November still. So I've got like 2 dates in November, and then I've got a couple of dates in December that I have to have. So I'm like, man, I hope those Wednesdays are still available.
I know. It's crazy. By the
Yeah,
way, since we're talking about passes real quick, did you guys see? And I don't think we talked about this when we were talking about, how much the new passes are going to cost. But instead of 10 blackout days, it's now 11 blackout days. So they added one.
for 2026.
Yep.
So what did they, well, this year they shifted and gave us the New Year's Day, right?
Yes.
They
So
did.
did they just add one back like deeper into December?
I don't know, because the calendar doesn't go that far out, unfortunately. Right. I don't think. But when you read, so when I went to renew my pass, I actually looked at it a couple days ago and I was like, oh, okay, I need to renew it. And then I looked, I'm like, 11 days instead of 10? What the heck? So I was a little bummed about that. Yeah. So
I wonder,
so if you guys,
is next year a leap year?
Is it?
Because they'll be dastardly like that.
We did leap year 2 years ago. Yeah. So isn't it every 4 years?
Yeah, it's every 4 years. So then, yeah, if it was 2 years ago, then it's not a leap year. Yeah, because 2020 was a leap year, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're not next year, so we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, if anyone's looking, the 20th just opened up, so you got that available for Disneyland. 22nd.
Well, I grabbed that just in case there's a certain exchange happening.
Gotcha. If you guys see the 26th open, let me know, because I definitely want to try to grab that one.
Yeah, I've already got that one. That one's my Wednesday. So
the 30th is taken too, and I need the 30th. Oh, maybe I have it. Sorry.
These days are going so fast. You're like, I looked earlier and everything was there, and you're like, now they're disappearing, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
I think the only ones I need now are just my Wednesdays in December. Everything else I've got locked in, that they're all dates that I need. Although work may require me to shift around again.
Well, and don't forget, if you haven't, try to book the 21st, because that is the last day that we can go until we're blocked out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not going to bother with that one. I've got the 20th.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm just saying. Make sure.
Well, no, I'm just. I'm, and we're going for Christmas Eve as well. So.
Oh, cool.
But that one stinks, because we don't know what Casual Junior's schedule is going to be. He might not get off work until like 5. So if he doesn't get off till 5, we may not be able to get out there till like 7 o'clock, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Trish, yes, we are all keys are blocked at some level,
right. Well, for us, it's blocked from the 22nd of December until the 31st of December. Mm-hmm. So that's 10 days.
Are you guys going to go New Year's Day?
I have it.
It's blocked out for me. It's already, the 1st, 2nd, and 4th are already they're already no longer available.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. And that bums me out, because me, I go on Thursdays and I go on Sundays. I don't know if I would have gone New Year's Day, to be honest with you. I tried to avoid Knott's and Disneyland on New Year's Day, because just like the day after Christmas, crazy.
Yeah, Knott's. I love going to Knott's Day after Christmas. That's kind of starting to become a tradition. So we'll see. We'll see if I can do it again this year. It's fun though. It's just so insane. It's it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I'm hoping I can get. I don't know what I'm going to do that week of Christmas, because, or I mean, not Christmas, New Year's, because if I can't go on the Thursday and the Sunday's blocked, I guess I'll be going to Knott's 2 weeks in a row straight.
I'm hoping to hit Knott's a few times during the holidays. I love the Snow and Glow, love the Snoopy Ice Show, love Home for the Holidays. Everything. It's still fun at Knott's for me. So I'll be just fine, especially if I can make it there a few times. But we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Are either of you going on this Friday when they open up for Christmas?
I took the day off. I will be there for Merry Farm. So I'm hoping that
I'm gonna be there too.
I just hope the rain stays away.
All right.
Let me look real quick.
Eric, how exciting. You get to have your Christmas time.
What's that?
Eric Schwartz is going to be there 17th through the 21st. Just want to let us know.
Cute.
And Lynn, if I can get to Knott's, I will be reviewing as much of the holiday food as I can.
So it's showing 80% chance of rain, but it stops at 6 in the morning. It looks like, or it goes till 6 in the morning. So yeah, so we should be good. Hopefully, I know. I think I actually put a thing up for my members and said, okay, where's my next member stream going to be? And right now, looks like Knott's Berry Farm is winning. So I might try to do one in the afternoon for them, and then we'll do the other one at night for everyone else.
Very cool.
Or vice versa. We'll see.
Yeah, Lynn, I think I'm going to try and do. It's a little tough with Knott's. I was going to do the video, do my from HQ. Kind of show the foods for Knott's. It's a little more difficult. They don't have the guides quite. Oh, there went my light. The guides quite like Disney.
Yeah, you got to find the people on Instagram that do the good,
so I've been
good photos.
Gathering
Mm-hmm.
some of those things. So hopefully Thursday I can do something.
Is it Slippy or Slappy? I can't remember which one, but
Dave says Slappy.
Slappy. He says, I'm going to Knott's Thanksgiving week. Yeah, and by the way, if you guys are going when we happen to be going, or you see that we're going to be there, come say hi. Pass out some swag to you guys.
Sorry.
We need to get a new light for Cordy.
We're having lighting. Yeah, because now I got it plugged in and it's like, no.
It's like the sun.
What was the one I just saw? Oh, yeah. Tammy Delaney asked if when we're blocked, will we be doing streams from other places, which, yes. So I think Knott's will be one. I'd like to go a few times, hopefully. Yeah. And Grinchmas.
I'd love to get to Grinchmas. One of these days, I'll have a Universal ticket or something. I know I want to take Casual Junior. I really want to get him to Universal. I still have a few rides that I haven't been on there, but he would just love a lot of the Universal stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go to SeaWorld for their Christmas event. So they usually have the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer there, characters and whatnot. So I'm going to try to get down there one day. So Knott's and SeaWorld at the moment for me.
Schleppy? Barbara Duncan.
That's funny. I love that.
If I were TPC Bot, I'd want to be Schleppy.
Schleppy.
So if they're blocked for you, that means that if you really want to go, you have to buy a ticket. Yes, and they're $314 for a park hopper right now, or during the Christmas blockout. He talked to me the other day, and he's like, so if we want to go on the 24th of November, he's just asking, thinking. And I said, well, for 4 people, it's $314 each. So $1,200, whatever it was. He's like, oh, okay then.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But what I noticed? So then I had to research more because I'm like, well, let's see if we can find a deal. The deal that starts December 3rd is when they go on sale, where you get the 3 tickets or 3 park hopper days. It's $249 a person.
Right. And
you can go, it starts January 1st through May 21st. Right. So you can use them. So I let them know about that.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one. Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to have those sell out or if they're just going to keep selling them.
But you have to make a reservation, so that's where they'll get you, right?
But that's what I mean. It's like at that point, there's a limited number of people that could get in, and if you don't get in, sorry.
Yeah. So that last week of May, there'll be a lot of people using them. But I thought it was
It'll be one of those ones where we show up and we're like, why is it so crowded?
Exactly. Oh, I know. But I thought it was kind of cool and that's why I told him, I said, think about that, because you can go that first week of January and still get the Christmas, experience through the 7th. So, it does kind of give people an opportunity to do that, and Lunar New Year and food and wine, actually.
We do have a couple things. Cordy, we have a request. Can you say
Disney Adendron Semper Flores Grandes. That's for you, Hope Blaymeyers. Woohoo!
All right. And then Jeff is wondering if Casual will be streaming from Riley's farm again.
Probably not. The Christmas in the Colonies.
What?
It's a different kind of event, and I'm okay taking pictures, maybe quick little video of the musicians, but other than that, a lot of it is families that are enjoying a Christmas time together. And for us, it's kind of our Christmas tradition, and so I try not to do, too much of that kind of stuff. If I were able to go a second time, I would definitely do it. But no, I'll probably just give a couple of photos and let you guys see a little bit of what it's like, but no actual stream or anything like that.
Okay.
Me and Mr.
Cordy's
Ted
like,
were
"I'm going
talking
now."
yesterday. We were talking yesterday on the way to the Bob Gurr event. I was saying, man, I really wish it would just snow a little bit when we're up at Riley's, because we've gone before when there was still snow on the ground, but not actual snowing. And I was like, oh man, I would love to have it snow while we were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of things, because I've been thinking about that too, like the Christmas tree lighting in San Juan Capistrano, but I'm like, do I feel comfortable, right? Because I've gone to the missions and I've filmed, but I'm being very
Mm-hmm.
discreet. It feels a little different. At Disneyland, of course, it's pretty comfortable, but yeah, sometimes other locations I'm not used to these gimbals roaming around the.
Yeah, and I mean Riley's, especially on that evening, it's very dimly lit. It's a very intimate type of event, even though it is a little boisterous at times. And I wouldn't want to intrude. A lot of the people that are going, it's you'll see families that show up with 15, 16 people, and they're coming there and having fun and everything. And one of these years I'm going to actually give a toast, but the little kid that goes up and says, God bless mommy and daddy, and that's their toast, they usually win the apple pie.
Cool. Yeah, there are a lot of events around our area that you can do. There's lots of those. I think it's at the zoo or near the zoo. They do like the holiday lights. Like there's a few of those around Southern California.
Yeah, there was one at the Ontario Mills Mall, and it was all Alice in Wonderland theme. And I was like, I didn't find out about it until it was basically too late. I would have had to figure out a way to get there the one day that I was available. And I was like, I'm not going to bother. And I was like, dang it, I wish I would have known.
The 10 days goes really fast. Like we think about when we're blocked out, but I remember last year too, I was lucky enough to be able to go, right? I got in a couple of times last year, but it goes by so fast. So, you try to plan all these things and you're like, oh, it's already, I can go now. I'll do probably before that time, but my house that I like to go to.
Jeff, yeah, it is in the Hawks Head.
Right.
And I'm going on the 12th. I'll be at Riley. So hopefully by then it's nice wintry and a little bit of snow. We don't want it pounding or anything, because we don't want to have to miss it because we can't get up there, and we don't want to get trapped up there either. So tiny little bit of snowfall as we're leaving would be wonderful.
Christy, I know I'm not.
I'm
New
not.
No,
I would love to. I used to go to Disneyland on New Year's Eve, and the one time me and Mrs. Casual, I always tell everybody whenever you go, it's like figure out where you want to be for midnight and get there by 10 p.m. because after that it's going to be really tough to maneuver through the park, and it's just going to be annoying the whole time, and depending on what's going on, you may not be able to get to where you want to go. So I wanted to be up near It's a Small World, and as luck would have it, we went and sat down on one of the planters, and then everybody put their strollers around us, so we were like completely free, from anybody crowding us the whole time.
Oh,
That's
So we
really
just sat there and relaxed and didn't have anyone anywhere near us.
I used to love going to Disneyland on New Year's Eve, and Ray and I used to do it all the time. But it got to the point where it was getting busier and busier and busier, to the point where we were like, I think we're done with doing that, and we'll just do something else. So then we started doing Knott's Berry Farm. I love Knott's Berry Farm during Christmas or New Year's Eve as well. It's great. I did that a couple years ago, and I try to stream it. It's really tough though, because where they do the fireworks is kind of a dead zone, because everyone's trying to stream or take photos and videos, and so it wasn't the best, but it's a lot of fun to go there. The thing it's kind of a bummer is that when it gets so packed, it's just not enjoyable. It's like, oh, can't go on that ride. That's a 2-hour wait. And, oh, can't go on that. Okay. Oh, and they ran out of that food. Okay, well, let me go find something else that I want. I mean, it gets to be like that, where you're like, okay, this is not as much fun as I thought it'd be. So that's why last year we were like, we're going to stay home. We bought a bunch of food. We just had, family and friends, and just kind of chilled and, played some dominoes and, other games and loteria, and had a great time, and, have some tamales.
Yeah, you definitely gotta. I always tell people, just realize it's going to be beyond packed wherever any of the theme parks for New Year's Eve, just packed to the rafters, and you go for the experience, not for the rides and stuff like that.
Yeah, sorry, Christy, I don't think any of us are going, but that's the thing. It was great years ago, and a lot of my friends still love going to Disneyland for New Year's Eve. It's something that they do every single year. And yeah, they pass out the horns, they pass out the top hats, the plastic top hats that totally make your head sweaty. But and it's great because they are open late. But it's gotten so crazy now. It's just not as much fun as it used to be for me.
Christy, we're blocked, so we'd have to pay for tickets.
That too. Yep. That too.
The most expensive ticket price that they have. So that's another thing.
Yeah. Can't believe it's that much for a park hopper. I wouldn't do that. I would just stick with one park.
Yeah, for New Year's, that would probably be the best thing to do.
Krista Joe, Epcot, watching the live streams from Disney World at Epcot for New Year's Eve, that's just nuts, man. They've got DJs everywhere. It's just packed with people. It looks like a blast, though.
We'll see how it is this year with Cunicore. Oh boy. Well, Christy, if you do go, hope your daughter has an amazing 25th birthday.
Yeah, that's a great birthday trip.
Yeah, go and show you things I could buy for $314.
I know. Seriously.
Exactly.
Oh, come on, Paul. That's not fair. Bob should be thrilled at all the glitter on New Year's Day.
He is. Don't let him fool you.
It's funny. I can't even wear my fiber optic hat anymore because they're like, it's the glitter hat. No, it's not. It's not glittery. It's not fiber optic hat.
It's the extra glitter.
Well, I know that you guys are going Friday, so that'll be the first day of Knott's Merry Farm.
Yep.
So what are some of the things there? Like, I know we were talking a little bit before. I've looked it up, but you guys are really familiar with.
Well, I always say I think Knott's does the Snope better than anybody else. I think Knott's has the Snope game to 10 out of 10 for that. They just pelt you with the Snope. It's not. Yeah. It's coming out in clumps. It's all over everybody. It's hilarious. And it does the opposite of Disneyland. Disneyland does the big boisterous fireworks, and then they bring it down and give you the warm fuzzy feeling. Knott's does the opposite. They give you the warm fuzzy feeling, and then they kick it up, and it's a Christmas dance party throughout Ghost Town, and everybody's laughing. You're looking at kids are just going nuts. Everybody's looking at each other because your head is just like piled with Snope and it's all over everything. And you just kind of start feeling like you're having fun with everybody together. So it's kind of like a different pattern, if you will. than Disneyland, and I love that feeling at the end of Knott's where you're just like everybody's laughing and having a good time, and you feel like it's just become one big block party.
Mhm.
So that's the difference for me. But then they've got some really good shows. The Snoopy Night Before Christmas Ice Show is phenomenal. There's people that are already saying, oh, it's time to change it. It's like, no, it's not time to change it. That thing has got at least another, I'd say 5 years before they need to change it, because that thing is just
Oh,
pitch
I agree.
perfect ice show. I can't. I'm not even sure how they would improve it. The next one has really got a heck of a bar to clear to try to do better than that one.
Mhm.
You've got the wonderful little shows in the Birdcage Theater that are live performances right in front of you, and it's like a cast of usually I think 5 or 6 people at the most putting on an entire. They'll go through a Christmas Carol in 20 minutes or so, and it's
Yep.
amazing how well they do it. And then there's Gift of the Magi is the other show, which
Great
is if you know the story, it's a beautiful little Christmas story. It's a tearjerker. And then the Home for the Holidays big show on the big stage. They're next to Calico Mine Ride.
And the
That one
snow is every 15 minutes.
every
hour on the half hour.
on the half hour. Yeah. So
Half
they
hour.
start at I think 5:30 and then 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30, depending on how late they're open.
Yeah.
But then the Home for the Holidays show is it's nearly like Broadway quality. It's like watching something from the old Hyperion Theater. It's fantastic production.
Yeah, it really is good.
I'm looking. I got to
I
see that once, so I'm hoping to see it a couple of times this year.
Yeah, it is one of my favorites. I love watching it. I love watching that show.
It's a good one. Cool.
So how many years did you say for the Snoopy on Ice? How long was it?
That one has been going since I believe the 100th anniversary. So
so that was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's about 4 years old.
So what's the one you were talking about that has been going longer that you don't want to change? I thought it was that.
No, actually everything right now is pretty much about 4 years old.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
there's people that are already calling for some of these to be changed. Like I've heard people say that Home for the Holidays needs to go, and I'm just like,
no, I think he needs to
I have no idea what you people are talking about. You guys, Meanwhile, Disneyland's parade is hitting 30 years. Right?
That's what I was going to ask. What thoughts were on that one? I think 30 years. I think we can end 30 years and do something new.
Yeah, 30 years is a good run. But see, I'm of the mindset I'd rather see them take the parade and kind of morph it into the next parade. So like floats get changed out little by little. I kind of like stuff like that. So you keep tradition going, but you're also adding and changing things out little by little.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think something they could do too is, like how with Paint the Night Parade, they have the basic theme and then they kind of change it for each of the, floats and whatnot and the characters. I think that's kind of what if they were going to do anything, I would love to see them do that with, fantasy or Christmas fantasy parade. That would be great because I love the main theme song. But I think the reason why people get so tired of it, because I heard people last night going, "It sounds great. I miss this song," but I can't remember who it was. But one of my viewers was like, "I was so sick of that last year, and now I can't wait to hear it." And it's great to hear it again. So it just gets a little overplayed.
Yeah, the viewers usually by mid-December they're like, "Hey, you guys want to see the parade tonight?" And everybody's like, "No," because they've seen it dozens of times from all of us streaming and everything. But I agree. And the parade, I think it has like slight little adjustments, but it's basically the same theme over and over and over for all the different sections.
I will tell you, it was hilarious because I had set my stream for 5:30, and I forgot to check what time the parade was going on. I thought, it's probably going around 5:30, so I'll set my stream for that. Didn't check it. I'm on my way to the park, and I'm like, it starts at 5:15. I don't know if I'm going to make it. And then parking took forever. Security was really, really fast. but I get in and it's already started. Like it said, it was started within 10 minutes, and then when I got in, I saw, I'm like, wait, they must have started this late because we're only a few floats in or a couple floats in. I literally went all the way to It's Small World, trailing it, got just in front of it to where I caught the beginning of it. So I thought that was pretty
nice.
Oh, cool.
Well, going back to Knott's Merry Farm, so if you go to the site, you can download the guide, and the guide is really cool. Let me share it with all of you. So this is the guide. It's a PDF form. It actually tells you what's going on. You'll see. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Oops, what's going on here? No, let me zoom in. Let's see here. No, what's going on? Hold on one second. Sorry. Let me just try to zoom in this way then. Let me go a little bit more in. So you have your limited edition Knott's Merry Farm souvenirs for $19.99. You can get your shirt. It used to come with a pin. It doesn't come with a pin now. You have to buy the pin separately, which is a bummer because I think they're selling the pin for like $10. They do have the souvenir cup. Drink refills. It's $12.99 for the season, and then refills are $2.49. We were talking about that before. It used to be free refills if you bought it, and then it was 99-cent refills. Now it's $2.49, so that's definitely gone up in price. But we'll show you here on the map the legend of everything, which is really cool. It also highlights Miles Friedman. He's a glass blower that we saw last year, and Nathan Howard, who's a chainsaw carver. Obviously, they have the Snow and Glow, which is right here. Let me move over. We also have the Christmas Crafts Village. And of course, we have all these great things. So Fiesta Village music. We have Snoopy's Nightmare Before Christmas. Listen to me. Night Before Christmas. Oh, Cordy's back. We have Home for the Holidays, Santa's Christmas Cabin, Calico Christmas Carol, and the Get Them Jai that Danny was talking about, the Bluegrass Duel. We have the Wandering Wranglers, 'Tis the Season tree lighting ceremony, which I love. The Knott's Calico Carolers, which are amazing, and of course Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies, which is really cool. So, and then if you go down below, this tells you all the foods that they have. So I know Slim Devin's probably watering at the mouth here looking at this, but you got your seasonal eats and treats. And by the way, you can use your dining pass for some of these things. So if it has that little circle there, that's right. Oh, actually, I'm not highlighting the right one, but that little circle there says items available on dining plans right there. So that's pretty cool. So anytime you see these little circles here, like the meatball hoagie with cranberry gastrique and mashed potatoes, you can get that. The broiler.
I'm already looking at the Tinseltown turkey dinner loaded potato.
You know what?
I'll be grabbing that one. I'm going to try the turkey corn dog with stuffing. Turkey corn dog with stuffing seasoned batter. That one looks good. Loaded turkey sandwich is always one that I got to get. Got to try it every year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably a couple more in there, but I don't see any that are on the
caramel apple whiskey sour. That sounds good. Yeah, they have a lot of great foods. But see, this is the one thing where Disney has a lot of different things you can try. But Knott's, I think, blows them out of the water when it comes to, the foods for all the different events. For Knott's Merry Farm, Boysenberry Festival, the Knott Summer Nights, and entertainment-wise, I think they do a great job. But if you think about it, they're not really doing a lot of entertainment at Disneyland. But Knott's has always had a little bit more. The one thing I wish they lasted longer, though, is the Fantasyland Theater. I wish it was open longer. And I saw that Jiminy Cricket was there. Woo! We haven't seen him in a while.
Friday.
So it was very, very cool. So yeah, if you want to download this, it's a great guide. You can find it on the Knott site. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but if you do go to the Knott site, they do have, it now says Six Flags disneyland.com/knots/events/Knott's Merry Farm. So it's actually Six Flags, and the whole website is different now because the way they had it set up last week or 2 weeks ago when Danny and I were covering Knott's Merry Farm, it's a totally different website. So, and it's suggesting you download the Six Flags app now for Knott's, which I thought was interesting.
Just saw this one from Kate. The trees were speeding.
That's funny.
What are they doing with the theater in DCA? The Hyperion? Nothing.
Nothing.
I was like, they can stick Deadpool in there. Just have him on the stage and we can sit in the first 5 rows. Come on.
I think after the first of the year, we're going to start hearing more about what they're planning to do with the whole Hollywood land.
I know.
And I hate to say it, but my prediction is that with Avatar coming in, they are going to say, okay, Charlies are gone for sure. They're going to get rid of those. They're going to get rid of everything basically over there in that area that Monsters Inc. is in. And then I think they're going to get rid of the theater. I don't think they're going to keep it. I think they should keep it. I would love for them to keep it. But there's a good chance that they may even, who knows if they'll keep the stuff over there for the, animation and Turtle Taco Crush. Who knows? So
I know we haven't seen anything, and I don't know what they're going to, put in and whatnot. But bad calls.
Well, if they can keep Avatar over there in that area, back towards Monsters Inc. and whatnot, great. But I have a feeling that Mickey's PhilharMagic and everything over there, and I really hope I'm wrong. But think about it. Well, why would they keep only half that Hollywood land on this side? It doesn't make any sense to do so.
That's why I said bad calls.
We'll see.
And then it's like, that's really kind of letting you know what they think of what they can do with Marvel in the parks if they're going to push all of that and then have Marvel in. Because there's nothing left for Marvel to go. Because at that point, everything that's backstage currently is going to become the Infinity Defense or whatever it is. So there's going to be nowhere else to go. Marvel's done in DCA at that point.
Well, isn't there some area back behind the? Well, it depends on how far they're going to take Avatar back, because there are, you have the buildings there that they don't use anymore. It used to be the commissary, and back where Judge Doom was for Oogie Boogie Bash. There's a whole back area there that they can use. But I mean, who knows? Maybe that's, I don't know. See, they really haven't said anything.
Right.
So we have to see.
That's why I said I don't know what they're doing, of course, but a lot of this just seems like bad ideas from just the initial look of it. But
yeah, and Rogue Attraction, how you doing? Great to see you. He says Roger Rabbit on borrowed time after the rights lapsed. Oof, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I hope not, because that even though I don't get to go on it very often because the lines are usually pretty long, but I really like Toon Spin.
Yeah. And Shelly Mendez, good to see you. Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Good to see you, Rogue, by the way.
Hi, Shelly. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see over these next few years what happens. I know that's a tough one. I think Dragon Blood was talking about, because we went and saw Turtle Talk, and he said, because he just did the cruise right for his honeymoon, that they used to have it on the cruises, but it's not there any longer. So then when you guys were saying that, I'm like, oh, one of those things,
Yeah.
But time will tell. That's my work computer saying goodnight.
Well,
Every
we
night.
try to wrap it up here in a moment, but what else are we going to talk about tonight?
Well, just I'm gonna do. So there's Universal. I mean, they have Grinchmas. It's fun. It's not as elaborate like the whole park thing as it is for Disneyland and Knott's Merry Farm, but it's still fun. The Grinchmas show is good. So I know I'm going for, they have the pass holder takeover,
Mm-hmm.
2 days. So those are a part of, like, you get that with your pass, but you have to like reserve it, and they do sell out, or sell out.
Right.
So I'll be doing that on the December 4th.
Very cool.
So we'll be able to see that, during that time. But I think, other than that, yeah, we'll see. I think we're gonna get Christmas decorations, right? That'll be one of the streams. Because you haven't done that yet, have you? No, you haven't done your Christmas yet, have you?
Oh,
Bob?
so well, I usually don't do my Christmas
Oh,
decorations.
you just do the
stream. I
Halloween.
might do it this year. I usually just do the Halloween. I don't go as elaborate for Christmas as I do for Halloween. So we'll see. The $300 R2D2 is not really on the list for the wife, so I don't know. But, I usually what I usually do is I kind of mix it up. So instead of doing Disney, I usually do the peanut skiing and have them ice skating on a lake that I make in front of my house with lights, and have some. I usually have a Christmas tree and some little birch trees up that light up and stuff like that. I was going to try to do some mapping to my house. I tried it last year. It just didn't work out. Unfortunately, I need 2 projectors to do it, and I don't have. I have I have 3 small projectors, but they're like barely 1080p, and then I've got a 4K one, and I've got a 1080p one. So I'd almost need to buy another 4K so I could really do it the way I want to, and unfortunately, I just don't have the budget for that one right now. So. Oh, yeah, Jessica, we haven't talked about that yet, but we will. She was asking about the award that we were nominated for. So
I think we can get right into that. Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
so
real quick, because of the rain delays, Storybookland was closed for a while during the weekend, and as you guys know, Rapunzel's Tower has been added. So that was another one that had people clamoring to see, and then rain kind of delayed that a little bit.
Yeah, real unfortunate.
Didn't get to do that. Didn't get to go on Casey Jr. either.
Yeah, I didn't get to go on Casey Jr. or Storybookland Canal Boats yesterday. I was really bummed because I really
did Peter Pan though.
What's that?
I did Peter Pan.
Oh, good for you! I didn't get to go on that one. Yeah. Okay, so let me go to this real quick. Share my screen and. Oh, that's not it.
James, we don't have any information about chalk yet. Hopefully, beginning of the year, they'll start letting us know what's going on with chalk.
Okay, I think it's. Let's see, which one's this one? So Pete McDevitt, he does the. This is the 10th year in a row where they're doing the Disney YouTube series of recognition, and basically what it is he wanted to recognize other streamers who are just out and about in the community. And it's not just streamers. Jason Thibodeau and his wife were nominated because they're part of the community. They go to all the different streams and they participate and things like that. So it's not just streamers who are nominated for this. And this is the 10th year. It's called Disney Beginnings. So they're going to be focusing on characters from Disney's beginnings, like Steamboat Willie and Oswald and things like that. Characters from the Silly Symphonies. But what it is they have 280 people now that are part who have been recognized over the 9 years. And those people get to vote. And in order to get a nomination, you have to get at least 2 votes or more from the people who were previously inducted. And so me, Cordy, and Danny all got at least 2 votes or more, as well as some other people in our community from the West Coast, East Coast. It's great. Some really great, there's some, very unknown names and some very well-known names who've been nominated. So this one, I believe, let's see. Oh, this is the one where I got nominated. I'm going to play this one first because this one came up. But I'm just going to play my part. Well, maybe hear a few other names too, but Monorail Molly is going to read it. So what they do is they talk about who's nominated. They name 25 people, and I think there's a total of, isn't 287?
I saw.
Oh, is it? Yeah, maybe it's 280. they get nominated, and then the top 24 are the ones that get picked. So they already know who the winners are, but they're not going to announce until December 20th. So this was where they mentioned 25 names, and I happen to be in it. So here we go.
So that's a great thing. I love that. So Jen, I think it would be perfect for you to read a list. How about if you do a list right now for us?
Okay, sure. So the next list starts with Chasing Dreams with Mike,
Okay.
Jesse Mouse, Berry Place 28,
Okay.
Shelley Starwalker, A
Okay.
Bouncin' Journey,
Oh.
Ghost Host,
Mm.
Cinder Alley Loves Disney, The Great British Mickey Waffle, Theme Park Giant, Stevie Lee, The Kershaw Adventures,
Okay.
Noelle Bobo, Main Street Cowgirl, Mr. Willie 95, Sean Urban, Fred O'Malley,
Freedom Alley.
Dana Marie, yes, Sony 4K,
Okay.
Brian K, Old Key West Gal,
Love it.
Ride the Teacups, Christie's Corner, Daily Fast Pass, Ron on the Go, and Another Disney Podcast.
Okay.
Wow. That is a great.
So those are all the names that were nominated in that group. They do throw a whole night. It's like a 2-hour episode. And then what they do is they also show the characters that are going to be on the pin, and each person that's nominated that actually wins the nomination gets related to a character. So it could be Steamboat Willie or Oswald or, Pan or, one of the characters from the beginning from the Silly Symphonies or beginning of Disney's career. Because that's what they're focusing on. They've done Star Wars in the past. They've done Pixar. They've done other, ones, Muppets. But this year they're focusing on Disney beginning. So this one right here, this is the one where Cordy and Danny were nominated in the same one for this one. So let me bring it up here.
And anything else.
Oh boy.
I can even make it colorful.
Oh no.
Hanging out with Billy Mel, Dame Dystopia,
Oh.
Anna Butler,
Okay.
Cordy in California,
California.
A.D.,
Mhm.
Stacy D. Tigger Fan,
Oh.
The Disney Stranger,
Okay.
Disney Up Boiler Up. Oh, that's a name from the past.
Yes, it is.
Theme Park Casual, Years of Ears,
Nice.
Lost and Found, Spaceship Ears, Italian and Pinot Pete,
Okay.
Jay Frank, Adam the Woo,
Wow.
Big Matt, Magical Hijinks, Have a Wonderful Day, Nanny Pooh Bear, Theme Park Stop, Swish Willie and Disney, Mystic Parks, For the Love of the Mouse, Andy J, Fresh Baked, Attractions Live, Nathaniel Bellis,
Wow.
Michelle the Quilter, and Go Mickey. Go Minnie.
So many.
All right. So those were all the nominations in that group. And I think it's pretty amazing. You obviously heard some names in there that we're familiar with. They're friends of ours, and there's other people that, we know. So it's great to see all the people who are nominated for this. We actually all got nominated last year. We didn't win. That's okay. I mean, to me, it's just an honor that other people in the community thought so highly of us to nominate us. And then Spaceship Ears and Mystic Parks. I mean, Main Street Cowgirl, and they got Ron the Go. I mean, there's so many other people out there that have been nominated. Like I said, Jason Thibodeau, who's in the chat, and his wife Gloria, they got nominated because they're a very, very big part of the community. So it's great to see people being recognized, from the East Coast and the West Coast.
Yeah.
So congrats, everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Pete, for.
Yeah, thanks, Pete, for putting something like this together.
Mhm.
Yeah. And by the way, Pete put this together. He takes him and his family members off the list. He doesn't want to be recognized. This is just for an idea he came up with to recognize the people who are out in the community who do a lot. And so I think it's great that he actually has come up with this. And again, this is the 10th year in a row that he's doing this. So pretty amazing. And the buttons, you can actually go to that stream. In fact, you know what I will do? I will put a link in the chat for that. And you guys can go check it out when you get a chance. And they actually show what the past pins look like and what the new pins look like. So I just put that under Park Streamers in the chat. So go ahead and check it out. Click on that link, and I'll take you to the YouTube channel, and you can watch it after our stream tonight.
Very cool. Nice.
Yeah. Hey, Brian Sevilla, how are you? Welcome in.
Yeah. Well, better late than never, Brian. All right. Well, I think
sorry, Debbie said I was inducted to the Hall of Fame a couple years ago. It's my greatest honor.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's awesome, Debbie. And what's your character, Debbie? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, they have a number and a character. So it's the number they were inducted in and then the character name. So I think that's pretty cool.
Right. Am I late?
That is so cool, Debbie. Wow. That's pretty neat.
Oh, she's number 165.
Tinkerbell. Wow.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, Pete says, thank you for acknowledging. You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting that
Of
together.
course. My goodness. Wow.
All right. And by the way, don't forget to follow our friend Pete McDevitt. He's got a great channel and great show over there. So, Mods, if you can share his link in the chat, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Well, I think we're ready for Q&A.
Cool.
Q&A before we say goodnight. If you have a question for any of us, any questions in general, throw them in the chat, and we'll think. We'll look at it first, and then we'll decide if we're.
Well, Robert,
I don't want to promise anything.
Cordy, Berry, and Casual. Who could make the best gingerbread house live?
Ooh.
I'm taking myself out of that one because
Really?
I tried to make ginger. Oh, so
Okay, maybe we
why.
should do it then.
So
We
in the
should do
HR field,
that.
I don't know why, but they think it's fun every year to do. Hey, let's do a gingerbread house making competition, and you buy those gingerbread house, kits, right? And I tell you, they don't give you enough of what you need to put those things together, and then you're like, oh, that looks nothing like what the box looks like. It's terrible. And then you got it all over your hands, and it's crazy. So no,
Maybe we should do that on a Park Streamer Hangout.
That would be funny.
Hmm.
And thank you, Tammy Delaney, for the gifted membership.
Aw, thank you, Tammy. Let's see here. There we go. She gifted one. Who'd it go to?
I know. That's what I was just looking for.
And let's see here.
Petrohead. Congratulations.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate that.
I wonder if weren't they doing something like that at the parks previously? I don't know if they're still doing. Maybe it's cookie decorating. Over.
Yeah, I know Knox
Yeah.
does cookie decorating.
Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, here it is. Pete said it's 149 eligible for 24 slots in December.
Mhm.
There we go. December 20th, I think he said was the.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd be down for. That would be kind of funny if we did that. So
Cookie is one thing. Gingerbread.
maybe we can have them vote on.
And then
it.
what are we going to do with it after we make it? Throw it in the trash? Just kidding. What happened to
Pretty
berries?
much.
I don't know.
All right. So
Bianca just made a comment. She said, we walked onto a Small World yesterday right when it reopened, but lucky you. That's awesome. Yeah, and then Trish had mentioned the tree wasn't lit Saturday night. Too much rain, I guess. Maybe.
Buddy Hepburn asks again about Roger Rabbit, if we think the rights. I don't know. I haven't really looked into anything about that to know what the deal is. So I guess it's up to whoever owns the rights to Roger Rabbit to, tell Disney either pay up or make a change.
Yeah, I think it just depends. I mean, same with, by the way, the same goes with Nightmare Before Christmas because, Tim Burton actually holds the rights. So they have to, do the contract with him every so many years. And they've kept it up. And I think it's great because, it's such a beloved franchise now. And I would hope that they would do the same with Roger Rabbit, but I have to wait and see.
Yeah, never know.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Imperial Head was thanking Tammy Delaney for the gift of membership. There we go.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Not a question, but Adventures with Roto Commish says, at Park Streamers Hangout, happy Thanksgiving. I'm so thankful to call you guys friends. We have a great community. Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
I think this is, gosh, this month is flying by. This will be our last show before Thanksgiving.
Yep. I've saved my speech for the end.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Roto Commish. Yeah, I feel the same. It's just amazing people. Kate E actually had a question. I know you had mentioned possibly going to SeaWorld. I know you go, Bob. I don't know if I can. But
yeah, they did not have the Nativity Christmas last year. Now it's mainly they focus on the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They do have real live reindeer there as well. But yeah, they did not have the Nativity Christmas last year.
I think Knott still puts up a nativity scene.
yeah, they did last year for sure. Yeah. I remember seeing it.
I'm not sure what Barbara Duncan's said. BB6 Dave said he was on one of his streams, perhaps an embellishment. I'm not sure.
Aren't you an engineer, Bob? That's what Barbara asked.
Oh, an engineer?
That's how the conversation started.
Oh, no, I'm not an engineer. Nope. No, I work in the human resource field, so
only when he wears his glitter.
Yeah, that's probably where you got mixed up a little bit when it just looks so natural.
Yes.
Is this stream about ready over? Asking for a friend.
Let's see.
See, now you're just egging us on there, BB6 Dave. They are all very creative.
I see, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Now we got to do something.
Why is it always something that I don't like that we have to do? I'm feeling really picked on.
If you want to decorate cookies, we can decorate cookies. Doesn't have to be a gingerbread house, I guess.
Why don't we do this? Who can wrap the best presents?
Boring.
I'm good at wrapping presents. That's
See, that's where I picked it.
Yeah.
I think we've.
Thanks, Jessica.
You shine bright like a diamond.
Dave.
Glitter sprinkles.
You know what? I'm never going to live down this whole glitter thing.
Nor should you.
See? You can make your gingerbread house all sparkly.
No. Okay, we're just okay. So what else? No. We don't need to look at that. All right. So
glitter fun.
No. Glitter cookies. All right.
Glitter cookies.
I don't see any other questions.
No other questions? Nothing going once, going twice.
Going twice. Nice. All right, that's it.
See ya.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Yeah, Brian Sevilla. Moving on.
Yes.
Well, good night, Eric. I think we're about ready to say good night to everyone else too.
I love it. Okay. All right. So we are going to wrap up our time here tonight. Thank you all so very, very much for joining us. We're going to go around the horn again. Theme Park Casual, where can we find you and when will you be live next?
Oh, you can find me on YouTube, X, and Instagram, all of them at Theme Park Casual. I will be live this Wednesday for my regular stream, and then I will be at Merry Farm on Friday, and then Disneyland on Saturday. And both Friday and Saturday are my charity stream. We'll be raising funds for Operation Christmas Child. I'm trying to figure out exactly what all the tasks or challenges or rewards or whatever are going to be for all the different donation amounts. I'm thinking there may be some wheel spins happening this year, so be ready for that. Oh, and Bob and Cordy, you guys might need to be on call. Just letting you know. So Saturday, hopefully, you'll be able to take a phone call if need be.
Phone a friend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you need a phone or a battery pack?
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's what
I was actually going to ask if on Friday I could swipe one of your bricks and borrow it for Saturday, because I'm hoping Saturday will be a nice long full day stream.
No problem. You got it. Just remind me before we go. By the way, we have a few people jetting out already. So Brian's like, what the heck? I just got here. Gary A, thank you so much for being here tonight. Really appreciate it.
Tammy Delaney.
And Tammy Delaney.
Sweet
All right,
dreams.
cool.
Barry Place 28. Where can we find you and when will you be live next?
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook at Barry Place 28, now Mary Place 28. But before we go, I just want to say I hope that you and your families have a wonderful Thanksgiving next week. Nothing better than family, and I consider all of you our family as well for Park Streamers Hangout, as well as for Barry Place 28, Theme Park Casual, Cordy in California. We can't say thank you enough for everything that you do for our community and for being part of it. So I almost said Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you and your family members. And by the way, I want to say thank you on behalf of my dad, because some of you have been reaching out and asking. Unfortunately, he's going to be still in the VA doing recovery during Thanksgiving, and we're not sure if he'll be able to get out by Christmas. So we're crossing our fingers, but thank you for your thoughts and prayers. We appreciate it. And Christy had asked a question real quick. Are they changing the name for Chalk because Rady hospitals took over? We don't know. As far as we know, it's still staying the same for now, but more to come.
Yeah.
Cordy.
Yes. So Cordy in California. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Discord, and I am not sure about during the week. It's been a little difficult with the reservations, but always I always try to do my Sundays. I think I've only missed one this year. But so for sure Sunday, but I'm hoping to get one in during the week as well. So notifications.
I didn't even say when I was streaming next. I'm streaming on Thursday. Well, Thursday at Disneyland, Friday Knott's Merry Farm, Sunday at Disneyland again. Crazy.
I know. Very good.
Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
This is season. Yes, Debbie, I know. Yeah, keep your prayers for Bob's dad, just, for to quick recovery, get back home.
Yeah, it's funny. The one thing my dad keeps saying to everyone, I need to get out of here because I need to go to Disneyland. That's what he keeps saying. So,
that's the spirit.
Yeah, he's biting at the bit to get going. So
yeah. Okay, well, everyone, thank you all for being here tonight. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know we'll see you before then on our channels, but we appreciate you all. Thank you so very, very much, and we wish you a good night.
have a happy Thanksgiving.
All right.
Good night, everyone.